We're going to be showing you the Roborock F25 Ultra with steam. We just got this recently to replace our previous wet dry vacuum that wasn't quite cutting it for us. We have a bunch of mops that we bought over the years that are just in the mop graveyard now because we don't really use them. They don't work. They only do one job. So we wanted to invest in something that's going to really clean our floors. We've got 4 kids and a lot of pets. So we're going to do a lot of testing. We're going to be doing these different items right here to try to make the floor a mess. And we're going to show the pros and cons of this wet dry vacuum and show how it cleans up. First, we're going to go through the different features of this wet dry vacuum. There is an app where you can keep track of the machine health as well as control some of the other features that we'll show you later. But for now, you don't have to have the app. You can just use the features that are on the machine itself. This is how you switch between modes when you are cleaning the floors. We'll show you those different modes in a second here. This is the power button to turn it on and off when you're cleaning. And this is the self-clean mode. Now, one thing about this machine that we love is that it self-cleans and self-dries. Previously, we've used other wet dry mops that just don't self-dry. So they get kind of stinky, musty. This one we have not had any issue whatsoever. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you here. We have used this for about a week, and you can see just how clean that brush roll is, and we have been cleaning up some nasty stuff with this thing, and it is still clean as the day that we bought it. So it does a great job. There's no weird musty smell. You have your water tank here. You fill it up right here, and you can even fully tilt this backwards, and it will not spill out. So it is spill proof. Over here, you have your auto dispenser of the soap that comes with it. It lasts a long time. So I filled it up only one time and it has lasted, and I have done quite a lot of cleaning. We have about 2,000 square feet on our bottom floor. I've cleaned it probably about 10 times and it is not even halfway gone on the soap dispenser. Right here, you have the dirty water tank. And what is really great about this, it comes with this filter right here. You lift up. And this is a solid waste separator. That means when you are vacuuming up stuff, the solid waste gets caught by this so that it doesn't gunk up your sink. And the rest of it goes into here. And you will not believe what you pick up on your floor. Even if they look clean, I guarantee you they are not. The charging port you see right here, it shows you how much battery it has. Now, like I said, we've got about 2,000 square feet. I did do it twice and still had 45% battery left. So it can do quite a lot of floor. Now, what it attaches to, I'll lift this up here. This is the base. It's a charging base right here, so it gets charged right here. It fits neatly into a corner. It's very sturdy. And this right here is where the brush roll gets cleaned and dried, so you don't have mess spilling over onto your floor. It is all right here in one spot. And it just fits nice and neat on top of there, and you'll hear it in a second.
Charging started. Please start self-cleaning.
And it does talk to you depending on what you need to do next. Now we're going to make a mess with these things right here and see what the Roborock can handle. We're going to do some milk on the floor. Here we go. Now some mayonnaise. Barbecue sauce. Some sticky syrup. Now for some solid pieces, we'll do some chips. Let's leave a couple whole in there just to see what it can handle. And then some paper so you can see the solid pieces it picks up. So all I have to do is lift this off the base. There are different modes for this thing. So for a normal mess, you can just kind of keep it in auto mode if you're going to do your floors regularly, like a regular mop. You can do auto mode. There is a sponge mode as well. So for this milk, I'm going to do part of it in the auto mode and part of it in the sponge mode, just so you can see.
Auto mode.
Auto mode. One pass is gone. Now I'll do sponge mode.
D mode, hot mode, sponge mode.
Soaks it right up. Back to auto mode. Now for the mayonnaise. Back that barbecue sauce. On a personal note, for really sticky messes that have been there for a few days, I like to either use steam or hot water mode. The hot water mode uses just a little bit more moisture to get up those sticky messes. So if it's really stuck on there, I do swap it really quick to the hot water mode. I'm going to show you how to switch the modes. You'll see it right
Auto
here.
mode.
Auto.
Steam mode. Steam preparation in progress. Hot water mode. Sponge mode. Auto mode. Cleaning has stopped.
And back to auto mode. The only downside with this vacuum, I think, is the steam does take a little bit to get hot enough. It does go to about 360 degrees for steam. It does a great job steaming. It does take about a minute to get there, just like a normal steam mop would. So that's the only thing. You have to have it kind of fully engaged. So I just kind of keep cleaning while the steam is heating up, and then that steam is continuous from that point on. That really is the only thing you have to wait for. Besides that, it is fully ready to go once you take it off the charger, and it does a great job. You can see it got most of those things on one pass, you know, and you might want to go back with the second pass for really sticky stuff. Again, auto mode has really been the best for most messes in our house, and I have used hot water mode and steam mode for sticky things, and sponge mode if I spilled a ton of milk like 2 days ago, and I used sponge mode and then just use that to mop up a lot of the mess. It just sucked it right up. So there's a great versatility here for different messes, but auto mode will keep it simple for you if you just have everyday mopping to do. We just cleaned up all those different messes, and we have not self-cleaned it yet, but I want to show you just how clean that brush roll stays with this machine. So after all of that, if you lift this up, take a look. So you're not mopping your floors with a dirty brush roll. It still stays super clean, which for me was a huge, huge thing. So I'm not mopping my floors with dirty water. Now we're going to show you how this cleans itself, and it is extremely simple. All you do is take it and lift it, put it right on the charger.
Charging started. Please start self-cleaning.
All you do is push this little button right here.
High temperature self-cleaning is starting, followed by quiet drying.
Now, one of the biggest reasons that I went with this specific brand is because of the self-drying mode. Previously, in other wet, dry vacuums that I've had, it did not dry itself, and it got so musty, and it was so hard to clean. You can barely hear it, so it kind of runs the dry cycle until it is dry. There has been no musty smell whatsoever, so that means my maintenance is extremely, extremely low. So let's go ahead and empty this and take it to the sink. This lever right here is what you use. You just pop it real quick, and you can see there's our paper and our chips right there. And here is all that stuff we just mopped up, as well as the dirty water that it used to clean. You can also see some sand on the bottom. We live in Florida, so our floors get so sandy between all the kids and pets. So what I love about this is that it picks up the teeniest particles of sand, as well as big items like the chips and paper. It really picks up everything. So all I do is dump out the water, the dirty water, and then I'm just going to take this and just tap it on the trash can real quick. Get out that solid waste. Okay, easy as that. And then I just use my sink just to rinse it real quick. That filter on the back. Done. Done. If you have any other kind of mop, whether it's manual or electronic, you know what a process it is to get your mop head clean, to wash it, to dry it, get your bucket clean. This is so fast and so easy, and it does a 10 times better job of the floors. What I do every night is I mop the floors, I rinse it out, I set it on the counter, and in the morning it's dry and ready to be put back together. And it goes right back into your mop vac. There is an app as well, so come on over and I will show you how that works. Now, you do not have to use the app in order to operate the machine, but it is very helpful, and it kind of gives you a good control over what your machine is doing. You'll see here the battery percentage is 95%. It is currently drying right here. It shows you the progress of the drying right there. And you can change the mode settings. So you have your different modes right here, as well as your water flow and your wheel assist force. Now the wheel assist force is how strongly your wheels pull you forward. You don't have to push very hard. If you want a lighter touch with the wheels, you can change the setting. Or if you need some more force, you just change it to the top setting. I like to keep it just right here in the middle, which is the default setting. You don't have to change anything if you want it to stay there. There are two other features that I really love about this vacuum that are kind of extras that the company added on that make a huge difference. First, there is a light on the front. So when I push this down, you will see
Auto mode. Cleaning has stopped.
it illuminates the floor in front of you so that you can see the teeniest particles of dirt. That really helps me make sure I pass through enough times to get everything. Usually one pass is good, but just for extra messes, that's really helpful. Or those really teeny pieces of sand or dirt. The next feature is via your app, and you can actually drive this remotely with your app without having to touch the machine at all. So this is great for under your bed, under furniture. If you can't quite reach, it'll drive from your app. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works real quick. Now for the app driving mode, you are going to first go into your app and then click this button right here at the top, and you will see remote control mode. Remove the machine from the charging dock and lay it flat. We're gonna go ahead and lay it flat.
Auto mode.
Laid flat already. Now the driving mode works great. However, one small improvement that I would make is that when the floors are wet, so you go in, the floor is wet, when I try to backs up, sometimes this tread does slip a little bit. It is really thick, however, it does slip on the water, so sometimes it takes some finagling or it takes a second for it to sink up. But that is really the only thing that I would mention with it, is that it sometimes will slip on the water and you'll have to try a little bit, a couple times to get it to back up out of that small space. Just to recap, some of my favorite features of this vacuum is its ability to clean up different messes on one mode, on auto mode, and also the versatility to use things like steam to sanitize or a sponge to soak up water or milk or liquids. The light is super helpful for small particles of dust. The self-cleaning is an absolute lifesaver. Not having to deal with musty, stinky mops or spend a lot of time cleaning the mop, that's supposed to help me make cleaning faster. So if you are a busy parent that has a lot to clean up and a lot to do, I definitely think this can replace all the other mops in your closet. It has for me, and my floors have never been cleaner. So all in all, I 100% recommend this Roborock F25 Ultra vacuum.